Kings, Hornets, not a good start for the Sacramento Kings. Plain and simple. Let's put that out there right now. They got to throw this film away and just burn it, because that is not how you start the longest road trip of the season like they did tonight. They need to come out with a sense of urgency, because a lot of the teams like the Clippers, Spurs, have lost some games, and they need to take advantage of these type of games. They just beat the Hornets without Tony Parker, asterisk, because Tony Parker made this bench a lot better tonight. You guys saw the difference. Their bench controlled the Kings bench. They had more rebounds. They had less turnovers than the Kings. So that's where the Kings lost the game. They both shot roughly around the same, 44% from the field, 30-something% from three. So nothing special from those areas. It was pretty competitive all night long. But the turnovers, the rebounding, and their bench, led by Tony Parker, made all the difference. Before we continue, I would appreciate you guys if you guys slap that like button, or if that dislike button, it really helps us out in our quest to continue to grow this YouTube channel. So yeah, we would really appreciate it if you guys can hit that like button or dislike button. Either way, it helps us a lot with the YouTube algorithms. I also want to say that the show is presented by Valley Tire Center. If you guys are looking for great tires, a lift on your truck, any type of brakes, Valley Tire Center has your back. Plain and simple. They have our backs. They have your backs. Support your local businesses. If you do live around the area, we would really appreciate you guys. So yeah, Hornets 114, Sacramento Kings 95. Shout out to Miles Bridges, who I had very high on my big board on my 2018 NBA draft big board. Miles Bridges showed up tonight in 22 minutes. He had 15 points, a plus 13 from the field, 6 of 9 from the field. Sorry, he was a plus 13, right? He was 6 of 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 15 points. You can't ask for much more from your rookie. Nicholas Batum played 27 minutes, only had 7 points. Marvin Williams, 30 minutes, only had 10 points. He was a plus 4. Batum had a plus 6. And Kemba Walker, 23 points, 29 minutes, 9 of 21. He is the heart and soul of that team as he goes. The Hornets go. And tonight, he had a good game. Jeremy Lamb, 14 points, 5 of 14. Not very efficient, but still, he played good defense for most of the night. So you give him a plus 7. And then Michael Kidd-Gilchrist had 15 points. Hernan Gomez had 11 points, so he had a plus 20. Again, that bench just came in there, made all the difference for the Hornets, and they won that game for them. Tony Parker, 14 points, 5 of 10, 6 assists. Tony Parker, man, the old man still has it in him. You guys just saw the difference in this Hornets team tonight. So, again, great game by them. Malik Monk in 13 minutes only had 5 points. He had a plus 13. That's probably due more to the bench, the rest of the bench leading the way. But De'Aaron Fox, he needs to play better. Only 10 points tonight, 4 of 10. Buddy Hield led the team. He carried the team for most of the night. In 32 minutes, he had 24 points, 9 of 18. He's a guaranteed 20 points a night. De'Aaron Fox has to help. Bielitsa in 19 minutes only had 2 points. Cauley Stein only 8 points in 27 minutes. Shumpert only 7 in 20 minutes. Bogdanovic had a good game, 27 minutes, 17 points. Bagley had a good game, 15 points, 6 of 11, 8 rebounds, 15 and 8. That's gonna do it for me. I love those numbers in 23 minutes of action. The Kings as a whole, they need to do better, period. So that's that. How's everybody doing, man? How is everybody doing? I also want to say, man, I'm playing the best basketball of my life. I am literally, the past 3 weeks, I have been flat out balling, just killing dudes at 24 Hour Fitness. They cannot stop me because I've been super aggressive, ultra aggressive. My instincts will always be to pass because I'm a pass first point guard. But when I become aggressive and I play the way I've been doing, I don't go around you. I go through you because guys just can't handle my strength and my weight and my height, at my level of play, my competitive spirit. So if any of you guys want to play basketball, let me know. Hit me up in the DM. Would love to play with you guys. I either play at Hurley and Fulton, or downtown Sacramento, right next to the Golden One Center. I played today, did not lose one game. I think I went like 8-0 today. Just flat out balled. I'm doing everything, hitting shots, hitting guys in stride. Just I'm playing great, and I'm pretty happy. I'm proud of myself. Just have to put that out there. So for the people who say, "Oh, you can't ball," bro, I can ball, and I back up what I say. Period. I should record my games, but ain't nobody gonna record me because E-Man don't live in Sacramento. He's living in Stockton. So and then if I put a tripod, people, man, you can't trust nobody. They gonna roam my phone. But yeah, Puppy Jones says, I like how the first unit came out and played at the start. Also, I'm calling out Bagley on defense. He took a few plays. He got beat, and some it didn't look like it didn't try. But on offense, he's engaged a lot more. Yeah, I mean, again, he's a rookie. He's gonna have those type of nights, and unfortunately for the Kings, he did have some miscues on defense. But again, he put up 15 points. But there is a reason why he was a minus 21, and you're dead on right there, bro. Like, that's part of the plus minus. You can score 15, but if you give up 17, you're at a -2. And the plus minus, you're at a -2. So what other things can you do to affect the game? You can't always score the ball. You have to make your presence felt on defense as well. So good take, man. Puppy Jones. Shumpert continues to prove that the Kings don't need him. And Shumpert, 20 minutes of action, 3 of 9, 1 of 5 from 3, 7 points. He is a little bit banged up, but I do believe that Shumpert is expendable. He's on a good contract. Teams will want him for playoff experience. Again, all these trade propositions, whatever you want to call them, that we see on Twitter, Marc Gasol or Otto Porter or Nicholas Batum, Jeremy Lin. These guys, to me, just don't move the needle enough to say, you know what, sketching the Kings for a playoff position. And I understand some fans are so delusional that they want to give up the worst players on the Kings. Again, the only players who have value are your 3 guards and Bagley. Nobody else on this team has value. So in order for you, the Kings and Kings fans, to understand that, yeah, they need a legit small forward, or they need a legit wing who can play multiple positions, it's going to cost you one of your main pieces. You have to always think, and I'm tired of saying this, you always have to think, does it make sense for the other team? And if it doesn't, don't even propose a damn deal on Twitter or on social media. Don't even say, Leo, you already know what I think. One of my biggest pet peeves, like, these guys, the Cantors of the world, it's a 1 year, let's make a push type thing. They're not a long-term solution to anything. And I still don't believe any of these guys who are rumored to go to the Kings move the needle, because most guys who are prolific players at that position aren't available. Otto Porter is the closest thing to being above average when he plays well. And right now he's not playing well because, 1, he's been kind of banged up. 2, he's in a terrible situation. 3, call him out. He just hasn't played well, period. So there's a lot of things that you should take into account when you think about Otto Porter. He's only on a 2-year deal. And yeah, it's pricey, but We're not paying him. Who cares? He will make the team better. But now the question is, what will the Wizards want in return? If it's expiring deals, so be it. Pull the trigger. But if it's one of your better players on the team, then no, then you can't sacrifice one for another. Like, you have to add to what you have. But in order to add to what you have, you need a desperate team like the Wizards who may pull the trigger because they are looking at free agency next year as a destination. Kevin Durant, hometown kid, he's not going there, but you know what? In their heads, he might just go there. So they might want to clear up space. And the Kings have a ton of expiring contracts. That's just what I think, though. What does your shirt say? It says, "Run to feed the hungry," man. It's a shirt that I wore when I proposed on Thanksgiving. We are like dead last in team salary. We should be making moves soon. Again, what type of moves? All these guys are average or below average players. None of these guys will move the needle for the Kings. Y'all have to understand that it's not just let's make a move and hope that we become better. Because all these guys, you still have to integrate them into your offense, especially if you plan on bringing on Kenner. Like, this guy's going to slow down the team a lot like Zebo did last year. And yeah, he's very skilled offensively. He may fit that niche that they need off the bench. But for the people that say he may be the guy who can replace Willie, come on, man. Y'all crazy right now. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, period. So you're saying that we stay with the same squad all season and wait until the offseason and make a run for Kawhi. I'm not saying make a run for Kawhi because that's not realistic. They're not going to get Kawhi Leonard. I would love for the Kings to get Kawhi Leonard. But yeah, for the most part, there isn't a guy that's available for trades before the deadline that will move the needle for the Kings. So if that means keeping the same team and just growing, if that means just keeping the same team and growing with what you already have, then you got to go that way, period. End of discussion. Now, if you think a guy like Canner, Jeremy Lin, on a one-year deal, you lose nothing. But I don't want fans to say, well, they're the long-term, he's young. No. This is for this year. This might help them. And if it can, and if it might help you, sure. But again, it's not going to be this magical transition for whoever comes to the Kings because it's gonna take time. Not everyone is adapt to play in this type of high pace. The Hornets have controlled the Kings the past 2 times. The first time they shot better at home and they didn't have Tony Parker, so they won that game. Tonight, again, they controlled the pace and they played at their pace, and the Kings couldn't do anything. The Kings half-court offense at times looks lethargic. It looks bad. They need to run and gun because that's where the Kings are good, period. Again, just a reminder, guys, if we got 18 people, we should have 18 likes on this right now or a couple of dislikes. Let's go, man. Hit that dislike button. And Vlade, we trust. He's irritated because you guys keep asking him the same questions he's already answered. Just go back to the previous videos. Love. That's love from Brandon. There you go, boy. Leo's favorite player is DeMarcus Cousins, no doubt. He's my favorite player, man. Let's go. I personally think we are a nice small forward from competing. Yes, and so is multiple teams in the NBA, bro. There's only so many small forwards who are legit prolific guys in the NBA. If you add one of those small forwards to these young teams, then yeah, it's gonna happen for any of these young teams who are fighting for a spot. Like, every team needs a very good small forward. This league is the great players are small forwards. Think about it. Point guards, small forwards. The only big in my top 10 is Anthony Davis. No one else cracks out top 10. Everyone else is a wing or a point guard, period. Go over the list. I'm being sarcastic, bro, about DeMarcus Cousins. Like I don't care for him. And yeah, Damian Lillard is my favorite basketball player. Donovan Mitchell ranks up there, like he's like top 3 for sure. Kings have not proved to be a contender yet. Why would stars come here? Exactly. So there's no stars that are coming to the Kings unless the Clippers magically believe they can get Kawhi and get another max player, and then that leaves Tobias Harris without a contract and a nice destination for him, because going from the Clippers this year to the Kings next year wouldn't be a bad thing for him, especially if the Kings give him max money. So I'm talking 23 to 26 mil per year. Now we're talking. But a lot of things have to go right for the Kings so Tobias Harris can be available for the Kings, because his priority and his first destination will be LA. I mean, who wants to leave LA? Let's just keep it real. Who wants to leave LA? I've been to LA and I fell in love with LA. Like All-Star Weekend, Clipper game. LA is its own little world. Like, it is amazing there. And I love Sacramento. I live here now, but LA is something else. So when you ask me, will players come? Depends. What is their option? It's just the way it is. Like, and then again, the Bay Area. The Bay Area is big time. I hate the Bay Area. I hate San Francisco. Like, I hate San Francisco, but a lot of people love it. I don't know why. But SF is a destination. And when you have the best team in the NBA playing there next year, then yeah, they will attract other people when you're winning and you have a destination. Remember, they're playing in Oakland right now. They're going to SF. That's a big time destination. They're playing in the city now. So again, I'm not a fan of the city. I think there's too much traffic. I hate it there. I get a headache every time. That air is polluted. I don't like weed, and there's a lot of weed in that area. So that's that. Come on, man. We got 20 people watching, and you guys still don't hit that like button or that dislike button. Let's go, man. Jay Lynn is a run and gun player. He's a Harvard offense and other NBA teams. He always looks for up. Yeah, I mean, I like Jay Lynn. Like, if they bring in Jay Lynn, I'm confident that if, God forbid, again, if De'Aaron Fox ever gets injured, you have a solid basketball player that can start for you and get your guys in positions to succeed. Jay Lynn is super smart. He's super good. Again, when he's healthy and he's playing his best, he's a low-end starter. And that, if he can have a low-end starter as your backup, then that's a really good thing. Again, will he move the needle? It's more of an insurance policy than moving the needle and solidifying your spot as a playoff team. That's my take. That's my take. Again, it won't hurt having Jay Lynn. I love Jay Lynn when he's healthy. He's been banged up the past 2 years. He played one game last year and a few games the year before. And this year he has played a lot more games. He's been more durable. He's healthy again. Can he move the needle? I don't think he can. Maybe a little bit, but not enough to say, yep, scratch the Kings into that 8 seed. The glasses are for computer use. I have a pair from Razer. Yep, these are Gunners. Definitely my eyes hurt. I'm on the computer all day long creating content. So step 1, close chat box. Step 2, hit the like button. Step 3, hit the chat box and comment. There you go. From now on, you live in Golden Ones. How far? I live about 10 minutes away from Golden One Center. It's 15, but I get there in 10 minutes in my Camaro. Yeah, so let's talk about. So I pretty much went over the game. So the Kings. Let's kind of procrastinate or project where they'll be at. So the Pistons, not tomorrow, but the day after. So at Pistons, right? Where's your schedule at? Full schedule. Let's go. So we got the Pistons. He got Brooklyn, was playing very well. That boy, Dwindley, what's his name? Spencer Dwindley. Dwindley? I can't say his name. But that boy Spencer is a baller from the Nets. That dude literally brought his team back against the Rockets, just flat out balls. So they're playing very well. D'Angelo Russell's playing very well for that team right now. So you got Detroit, which is a must win on Saturday. You got Brooklyn on Monday. That's an early game. Martin Luther King, I believe. You got that's a tough game against Toronto. They don't win in Toronto for whatever reason, and it's a back-to-back. New York to Toronto. Sorry, Brooklyn to Toronto. And then you got at Memphis, at LA. It's a tough stretch, man. It's a tough stretch. Kings just don't match up well against LA. Clippers are just a hard matchup for the Kings. Hope they beat them this time. They have to shoot lights out. That team has their number for whatever reason. And they come back, face the Hawks, and you got the Philadelphia 76ers in town. Spurs, must win right there. Got to beat the Spurs. Got to beat the Rockets. Got to beat the Heat. Got to beat the Suns. No F-ups right there. Like, you cannot play with this team. You got to put them away early. And it's a tough road trip. Denver, at Golden State, at Oklahoma. This ain't going to be easy, man. So that means they have to beat Detroit and Brooklyn if they have any aspirations of that 8 seed. They have to beat Detroit and Brooklyn. Make no mistake about that. Then they have to beat Memphis because that LA game is going to be difficult. So they go 1-2. It's 2-1. Lose to Toronto. It's 2-2. 3-2. So if you go 3-3 on this road trip, your money. That's all we can ask for. That's all we can ask for. Fox is starting backwards, starting to get worried about him. He can't shoot lately, and he can't guard anyone turning the ball over as well. I mean, teams are game planning for De'Aaron Fox now, a lot like the sophomore slumps from Jason Tatum, Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell. He has to go, and we talked about this. We said after that 41-game mark, you're going to see a difference. You're going to see teams just engage with De'Aaron Fox. They understand that they can live with them shooting the ball because once he gets into that paint, it's over, period. And yeah, he's shooting the ball well for the season, right? He's at 37% from three. But if your only hope is for him to miss that three as opposed to getting to the rack, like, you have to give him that shot, right? Because you cannot stay in front of this man. Like, this dude is so fast. People don't understand. He is so fast, and he does so much damage once he gets into that paint. So Matt George is texting back. He said, sorry, man, just saw this. I'm with my wife tonight. I'm free tomorrow, though. Might have a podcast brewing tomorrow. Matt George and I, CK podcast, just like old times. That should be fun. I saw his video on the No, We Don't Need Luka. I thought it was great. Shout out to him. Don't agree with it, but I thought it was a great production and the great video. Definitely support that. And DSJ to miss the upcoming road trip. Dennis Smith Jr. will not travel with the Mavs to Indiana and Milwaukee. Okay. So there's a trade brewing. People don't understand. Dennis Smith Jr. is not that good. Period. Also got, what's his name? Shoe guy from ESPN, Sneakerhead. I just want to talk about shoes, man. Like, I'm like low-key becoming a sneakerhead again. Like basketball shoes, I think these new Nikes are a gimmick, and I'll get into that with my guest. But yeah. Do you know if Fox works on his game much offense off days? No doubt he does. He also has a life though. So again, I played 3 hours straight today. These guys do too. But after that, either he's gonna go play video games or he's gonna listen to music. And that's okay because sometimes you have to just leave the game for a little bit, you know, go do something else because it's important to be with your family. He has a kid, and it's important to be a father and a good one at that. So yeah, you can't play basketball all day long. I mean, that's not fair. And it's sometimes I see those comments. I'm like, you should be in the lab practicing. I'm like, yeah, bro, he's worked 4 straight hours. Like he's putting the work in. Now it's a matter of executing during games. Shot selection is horrible. I agree. Uh, Fox is a video game junkie. Yep, he is. I bet Pelicans wish I had Buddy Hield right now. Man, Buddy Hield and Anthony Davis would be nasty. That'd be fun. That would be fun. um, but yeah, man, I think that's gonna do it, yo. I think I went over some stuff. Tomorrow, Matt George, most likely on the show tomorrow night, probably. Appreciate you guys. Smash that like button. Thank you guys so much for going back and forth with me. Again, don't ask me stupid questions since I've already answered them a billion times. So let's talk about the things they can improve on. I keep saying that. Shot selection, all those things are important to me. I will probably break down more film. So since we're not on the road right now, I'll probably get the highlights from one of the highlight YouTube channels and then get copyrighted because every time we use their highlights and we get copyrighted and we make no money off of that. But yeah, it's all good. It's all for education purposes anyway. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one.